Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. So there is one thing that I have been noticing this past year, having been solely selling online really due to the pandemic. I had to change up my business a little bit. If you are a US based seller, whether you're on Etsy or another platform or you sell via your own website or just through any platform at all, you've probably noticed that the postal system has been really giving us a run for our money. They have been not very reliable. It has been a horrible experience the past few months, probably from late October of 2020, even now, at the release of this video, which is early April 2021, the Postal Service is still not doing very well. Packages are getting to customers late. I think the last I read, it was like roughly 20% of all packages are being held in distribution and sorting centers across the country, or they're stuck in customs for twice as long as they normally are. Now, a lot of this, I think, was due to the pandemic. There were fewer workers as people were ill and at home, and it was just, it was something that we really needed to just bear with and ask our customers to bear with. But over the holidays, I received more than my fair share of very frustrated customers who had been waiting on their packages sometimes for over a month. And that's not shipping internationally, that's getting from Indiana to California. And they're very, very frustrated. I can understand and sympathize with their frustration, especially for those who were ordering before Christmas and they needed to have their packages delivered by the holidays, and some of them were not getting delivered. It was a real stressful time for sellers as well as buyers. So what I did was, and I'm always good about communication, but what I decided to do, instead of waiting for my customers to tell me, hey, I still have not received my package and it's been a month, what is going on? I decided that what I was going to do was I was going to be extra communicative with my buyers. So after every sale, as soon as I would get an order come in, I would immediately reach out, send out an email to my customer, and I would say, I really appreciate you supporting my little art studio with your recent purchase. I'm writing to let you know that I've received it and that it's going to take X amount of days for me to get it ready for you, but once it's shipped, you'll hear from me again. I would send that out almost after every order. And then after I shipped the order, I would send out another email, not just the standardized Etsy notification saying, hey, your package is on the way. No, I would reach out again personally to my buyer and I would say, I'm writing to let you know that your package has shipped and it's on the way. And by the way, I wanted to make you aware that this is what's happening in the postal system and that there is a small chance that your order may be delayed due to things beyond my control because of the pandemic. I wrote out something very thoughtful, very precise, just to let my customers know that this is a possibility that something like this would happen. And I thought, okay, if I do that, that way my customers will know that if something is not moving within the system, because that's normally what would happen, they would follow their tracking information and it would just sit there and nothing would be updated within the Postal Service. And so weeks would go by and it would still say that a package was in pre-transit, or, and then it would say that it arrived and it had actually arrived 4 days prior. So it was really, really just kind of screwy how the postal system was and continues to be. So I found that by making my customers aware of this, then they would not get so anxious if something wasn't happening. So to tackle these potential questions that they might have head on, it really surprised me what happened. Number one, I almost always, I would say 80% of the time, I would get a response back from my customers. And they would say, I'm really thankful that you shared this information with me. I appreciate that. And then they would go on and communicate with me. This is a gift for my mom. This is something that I've been wanting for a long time, and I have just now, have the money where I can purchase it. So we were developing sort of like an exchange of communication between each other, which I really enjoy. I miss that. I miss communicating with my customers. Like I said, when things are going smoothly, you really don't think about it that much. And nor do your customers really expect customer service. But by me going these few extra steps and by talking with my customers about what was going on, and thanking them for their patience and all of that, I was getting responses back. Not only was I getting responses back, but my reviews shot up. Like, I would say I was getting at least, for every 7 or 8 orders, I was getting 4 or 5 reviews. My reviews are coming in quite a bit now. I would go by weeks sometimes without getting a single review, and now I get reviews all the time. And it just kind of really surprised me. Now, most of the people who are leaving reviews, they're not saying, well, really good customer service and let me know. Some of them did, but they're just remembering that I took the time to communicate with them, to thank them, to go that extra step that most people probably don't do. So it really taught me a lesson, and as to how just one simple act of reaching out to my customers can make a huge impact. It can ease their mind, which then eases my mind, because nobody likes to get those messages on Etsy that says, I still have not received my item, I want a refund, or or someone contacts Etsy and says, well, I still haven't received it and I don't know what's going on, and then Etsy contacts you. It's like, ugh. So it just really showed me how important customer service is, and if you go that extra mile, then it can really make a huge difference. People will remember that. I try to think of myself instead of as a seller, how I would like to be treated if I were a buyer. And we all are buyers. We all purchase things online. So we all know what it feels like not to have our packages arrive on time. We know what it feels like to need customer service, and sometimes you wait for days before you get it. There are a lot of things that we would want to see happen to us. So we want to give that same thought and consideration to our customers. So I kind of urge you to maybe look at the way you handle things on Etsy or wherever platform it is that you're selling, and see what it is that you can do to up your game a little bit, to make things a little bit better for your customers. Go that extra mile, spend that extra couple of minutes and communicate with them, even if it's just I really appreciate you supporting my art studio or my ceramic studio or, my jewelry business. And I just wanted to let you know that I am lovingly wrapping up your package and that it will be on the way as soon as possible, and I'll reach out to you again once it is. So I hope that's helpful for you. It really worked for me, and I was really just surprised by all of the positive feedback that I got from it. So because I received so much positive feedback from my customers from doing that, I just wanted to pass that information along to you. And so let me know if you decide to try it. I would love to know if you are receiving more reviews, if you are receiving like a dialogue between you and your customers, if you're sort of enriching your relationship with your customers just by doing just that little bit of extra communication. I'd love to know how that works out for you. So I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope that you have a good rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.